Now, first off, I do have a name, but the folks I pass the time with just call me the old-timer or the old guy. I guess you'd have to call me the local hermit around these parts, since I've lived alone out here for so long. I spend most of my time nosing around the woods and rooting around in the caves across the bluff in the daytime, then telling my stories to anyone who comes around in the evening. And a good many folks do come around, more and more all the time, and they seem to like the yarns that I come up with. They all say pretty much the same thing. I don't understand, but it sure is interesting. Now that makes me smile. I like telling my tales. It makes for a real satisfying life for me, and it makes me feel like I'm doing a little bit of good for folks. I like it out here where I am. Well now, it seems that you're the ones who have come around this time. Oh, it's only fair to warn you, my stories stretch the old imagination and seem almost magical at times. Sort of out of this world? Maybe that's where I get them. We'll see. Are you all set? Relax and enjoy. Marloth is a great one. In fact, the first of the great ones. Because of what he has become, he exists in a whole separate dimension, a place called the Void. There he survives by seeking out ordered civilizations like ours, consuming them and their energies in order to convert them to dominate the chaos of his realm. But right now, he is in danger, and he must be fed. So now he has come up with a plan that will mean the destruction of all life forms here on our Earth. Marloth summons his son, Adrian.
Father, I am here. Your will?
Welcome, pup. Your travels have served us well, but still I hunger. I fear that soon our kind may cease to be.
But how?
There is a vibration, a ripple, a buzz that speaks to me from the crust of our world. It informs me of the highly ordered universes that must yet be tapped if we are to survive. I must remain in the void, so you must once again find your way to another source of the matter and energy I must have.
As always, I serve you, the greatest of our kind. What's to be done?
Within a remote galaxy that I have been observing, there is a delightful garden of energy, a unique planet just waiting for harvest. That is where you will go. We will extinguish their form of existence and channel it so it might satisfy my needs. I will need a beacon. You, my son, will go there and create that signal. Raw materials of the kind we need abound there. When you have paved the way, I once again will puncture space and time and make an access portal through which we may appease our hunger and what I fear is our ability to survive.
And it is their obliteration that serves the much greater purpose of sustaining the great ones, of whom they know nothing. A pity they cannot be made aware of the grand purpose their extinction serves.
They are not important, and the energy of their thoughts will be dissipated and consumed with all the rest. Your job is to gather materials and build a machine to guide me. My strength and the magnetic power of my black hole, as they will come to call it, will do the rest. Go, my Adrian, go and prepare the way.
I will set about it even now.
One other thing. The tides tell me the Cosmonarians, the children of my one-time daughter, have been made aware of my needs. They will, no doubt, try to thwart our plan. She is clever, and has a son of her own called Cosmos. There is also a female from her litter called Karna. Be wary. The alchemy that resides in their powers allows them to mask themselves from us. That can be a problem.
No fear. I also have powers that even you have yet to understand. I go.
So that sets the stage for a real problem for us folks here on Earth, doesn't it? Being sucked into a void, matter, energy, and all. Can't get much more dangerous than that, and we aren't even aware that any threat exists. And Marloth and Adrian could obviously care less. Among the inhabitants on the targeted planet, that would be us, is a young boy. He's 14 years old, and though he has a powerful and creative mind, it is housed in a body that is severely limited. He suffers from a disease called cerebral palsy, and many physical activities that are common to others his age are a challenge. The boy's name is Jimmy. Jimmy Helgen's life is often a challenge. Whatever this young boy may have inside to help him find a meaningful existence has yet to emerge. But since it's my story, you know, that just might be possible. Robert, his father, has never said it out loud, but he somehow carries seeds of guilt about his son's illness. He shouldn't, but he does. Parents do that. I want to pick up my story with Jimmy heading out on an errand for his mother. There are times that he becomes a target for a gang of local bullies. 2 of this gang of thugs have barred his way, and Billy, the self-appointed neighborhood bully-in-chief, confronts Jimmy saying, "Hey, clumsy, Gus, look, it's the spaz." "I don't think he hurt us, Billy. Maybe he's deaf, too." "Are you deaf, Spaz? You know it's dangerous for a kid like you, being so crippled and all, to be out in this neighborhood at night. But guess what? For the cost of a pack of cigarettes, we're going to help you make it home. We're not greedy, you know, so fork it over."
Leave me alone. I didn't do anything to you guys. Go away.
Listen to that, Gus. The kid is talking back. Now that pisses me off. So why don't you just give us all you got, and maybe we won't hurt you too bad. Not too bad. Come on now, sucker, beg for your life.
No.
Up to that moment, Jimmy had been able to fend off most of the ugly kicks and blows that the thugs had begun raining on him. But an overheated and probably drugged up Gus has now flashed a pretty ugly pocket knife. The glint in his eye tells Jimmy that this guy is planning to use it. Do it like the movies, Gus. Slice his nose open for him. That'll teach him to come hobbling around in our territory. We should have taught this loser a lesson a long time ago. Yeah. Come here, Spaz.
No. No.
Now, this is where I think the story really gets interesting. Just at this moment, a huge figure emerges from the darkness. His presence totally surprises the punks. Billy and Gus immediately fled. The man pursued them for half a block or so. Who was this guy? Where did he come from? The man was fat. Too heavy, it seemed, for the dexterity of the movements he used to disperse the hoodlums. He wore tattered working man's clothing. Nothing else gave any suggestion as to who or what he might be. Oddly, although he had showed great determination in coming to Jimmy's aid, he now appears extremely shy.
You really saved me. Those guys were drunk or high or something. Thank you. My name is Jimmy. What's yours?
Heh.
What? Can't you speak? Can you understand me?
The fat man nodded affirmatively and, at Jimmy's direction, sat down on a stack of discarded wooden crates. After splitting a candy bar and painstakingly discovering that the man must live at the railroad yards at the end of the street, apparently scrounging the area's garbage cans for food, Jimmy once again made a try at communicating more fully with his seedy benefactor.
What'd you say your name was? Oh, never mind. How about I just call you Harry, okay?
Heh.
I live just around the corner. Thanks again, Harry. I'm fine now. I just hope you'll be okay out there.
This is the beginning of a very strange and what was to prove a very eventful friendship. So now, as we pause in our tale, where are we? We have the potential for a cataclysmic event on Earth, triggered by alien beings, coupled with the introduction of a lonely boy, befriended by a strange character he chooses to call Harry. What can possibly happen next? This time we don't have to travel far. Just down the street, in fact. It's a few days later, and we find ourselves in a small business establishment called the Jameson Advertising Agency, where the owner, Phil Jameson, is about to unknowingly compete with young Jimmy in a contest of strange happenings. Having been alerted by his secretary that someone is demanding to see him, Jameson looks out from his storeroom to the front of his shop.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, they've finally done it. The freaks have created a masterpiece.
Sir, you really need to come out. The whole office staff is here, and he hasn't moved an inch.
Well, sir, to what do we owe the privilege? Come on, pal. We know it's hot out today, but it's your fault for wearing so much tinfoil. What are you supposed to be? Some kind of alien Greek? You got a great look, I'll grant you that. I love that tiara, or whatever, on your head, but...
Mr. Jameson, are you all right?
Did you see his eyes? My God, they're like oceans. I felt like I was drowning. Did you see them, Mrs. Merriweather? Now, you get out of here, mister. Just get out of my office. I don't know if this is a prank or some kind of screwed-up attempt at a robbery, but we don't keep any money here. Miss Merriweather, call the police. Now.
Then came the really strange part. The figure quite suddenly and violently threw a small stack of papers on the counter in front of the shaken Jameson. Then he left, just wheeled around and walked out. As the visitor disappeared from view, the distraught ad man caught sight of the words on the top page.
Cosmos, the Stellar Stalker. A television advertising campaign. Now I get it. Damn, that was clever. The guy was showing us how his ad campaign could impact people. And look at this, the way he's got it set up. It really doesn't matter what the product is. It sells anything. Everything. The man was marvelous. Did you see what he did to us? How he made us feel? That actor was made for television. And what about those spikes on his head? Jesus, they look just like marble. Where in the hell did he get them? And that red toga, or whatever they call it, seemed to flow right off his chest. Unbelievable. Miss Merriweather, forget about the cops.
Oh.
Find that guy, now.
Yes, sir. Right away, Mr. Jameson. Oh, my.
But the visitor had simply evaporated, vanished. Jameson and his staff looked everywhere, put out flyers in the neighborhood, made up artist renderings of what they could remember of his appearance. square face, curly blonde hair. They differed on whether he had a short sword and decided not to mention that. Might interest the local police too much. But all totally agreed that it was the eyes, deep blue like waves, that made the guy hard to shake from your thoughts. They even added color to the eyes on the flyers.
Now get those posters out everywhere you can. Let's even offer a reward to anyone who can tell us where this guy is. I want to find him. Is he the author? Or a rep of some kind? I don't know. But I think he and this ad campaign of his may be the key to a whole hell of a lot of money. He sure as hell has got something.
How right he was. But Phil Jameson had not even an inkling as to how and why the arrival of Cosmos the Stellar Stalker's commercials might impact our very existence. Nor could his imagination stretch so far as to envision a somewhat ordinary local business called the Ohio River Scrap and Salvage Company's sponsorship providing the battleground for what the religious among humans might have called Armageddon. When we meet again, we're going to start bringing these three unusual stories together. Yep, they not only connect, but they flat out depend on one another. A massive supernatural force bent on sucking our planet into oblivion. A seemingly disabled and ineffectual young boy, joining forces with a yet-to-be-identified new ally. And a clearly extraterrestrial advertising campaign unleashed on an unsuspecting public. Now, you may say time and space may be distorted in the process. If they are, so be it. It's my story to tell, and it's your choice to hear it. Join me next time. There's so much more to come.